survive, that's how the story goes. Let Eno's madness take you over. Eno's dream, yeah, it's a wild ride. Games and mischief side by side. Got your headset on, your snacks and drinks within reach. Get ready for the chaos, the story she will preach. Eno's dream, yeah, it's a wild ride. Games and mischief side by side. Come on in, leave your worries at the door. No judging, just vibes and maybe a few snacks. Welcome to the playground where the fun never lags. Eno's dream, yeah, it's a wild ride. Games and mischief side by side. You'll be screaming for more. Yeah, yeah, screaming for more. Come on, scream for me. Eno's dream, yeah, come on, scream for me.
Hi, everybody. Also, I'm not sure if YouTube is doing well. But hi, I'm Eno. But I'm getting errors for the YouTube side. So I'm not actually sure if the YouTube is going. So that's fun. My Kick, which is the first time I'm doing Kick, seems to be very delayed. But it's probably fine-ish, maybe. I'm mostly gonna be chatting. I wasn't really sure how to make the category work for what I plan to do. You could kind of say sort of tutorial, but not really, because I'm pretty much just gonna go over some of my shared knowledge that I have. So anybody that's interested in 3D VTubing kind of thing, what I use, and then kind of go over how some of my mechanics work, and give you a low budget way of starting VTubing if you wish to do that. For the 3D side, I don't have as much knowledge on the 2D side. I do want to get a 2D model, but I don't think I would ever give up the 3D modeling, truthfully, because I like the animations and being able to dance for everybody. So I personally don't think I'll ever switch completely to 2D. So yeah, but if the other streams aren't doing well, I apologize. Kick, it's the first day I'm trying Kick, so there's that. Oh, it's buffering again. Maybe we won't. Well, it seems no. YouTube says excellent now. I don't know. We'll just leave it and we'll figure it out. But yes, we're not really playing a game today. We might get into a little bit of art, but that's not really the main thing. It's more go on knowledge share. So let's go over to this screen. This is in VNeon, but we're gonna go over kind of what I have set up. Ignore the fact that there's a million different models. So my base model is Vroid. This is kind of my base. right here. Though that one is missing a few things. But as you can see, they all look fairly similar. Ignore this one. This is Zyla. I've been working on their model for a while for funsies. And we might actually go into theirs for some examples. Because I did like custom faces and everything like that for that. But for now, we're going to go into this one, which is the one I normally am, you know, and just the casual, sometimes glasses, sometimes not. This one, I didn't put the glasses in, but, right, this is my model. You can see it moving around, right? Looks the same. Though I will say this one does have a eye loony. Oh gosh. Yeah, bonky bonk. This one has a few special things that aren't just straight there from Vroid, like that bonk, right? That has custom blend shapes. It has the let me really get in close for you guys. Right, so it does my facial expressions pretty well. The eyes are only a little weird because I currently don't have it set to look where I'm going, like right here. Right, I can wiggle my eyebrows and all that. Very, very easy. You know, we moving this. Obviously, you guys are seeing double right now. I guess I could turn off my... No, I don't want to turn it off because sometimes I do have... well, we'll be in VNeon because it is the software I use to, you know, bring me to life. It's not going to be the only thing I'm in. But yes, Vroid base model. You can literally just go... there are terms of service if you're going to use any of their samples, but this is a free software you can get on Steam, right? And also, Aluni, how are you? I forgot to ask, even if you came in bonking me immediately. Pretty much you have to be under a certain threshold, I believe, is the only term of service, which if you're a beginner, you're going to be well under making X amount for the month, right? So these sample ones, you could just use these as long as you follow the terms of service. But it's really not that hard to make a new one. We're just gonna... They got feminine, masculine... loading. Right, and they've got a lot of presets that are available, and they have added a lot more. So you can still get a fairly custom look with just the presets, you know, and change colors, and we'll go into that kind of in a second. But mix and match all you want, right? I'm kind of showing how you can bring up how you can make your own 3D model, Hunter. You know, for free, though. I don't know how long I'll be streaming. I'm actually not feeling the greatest today, which is why I kind of decided to do this. But we'll see how far we get. We're not going to make a full model, obviously. We're just going to kind of go over basics and then kind of go into the more advanced stuff with like what I do with my model. Not all of it, because one, I think I need to have that organized a little better of like topic points. This isn't really meant to be a tutorial. Well, then rest up and feel better, please. Yeah. Well, I slept a ridiculous amount, so I wanted to feel productive. So that's why we're going to do this. Because there's a few things I need to do for VNeon for this model and everything. So that it can kind of have more ability across all the platforms. YouTube, Kick, because I am streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and Kick currently. But not all of those have the full integrations that I have set up for Twitch, because I just haven't set it up. And I'm lazy, so I need motivation to set those up. So streaming it is one of those ways, and then people can kind of see behind the scenes and give me recommendations of what they want to see, or they can also set it up that way for themselves too, if they so choose. Again, this is specifically for like using Vinian. Warudo is very similar, and some of the things that you can do in Vinian, you can also do in Warudo, and vice versa. So Warudo is more popular because it's kind of just easier without going into the settings. But I do think Vinian has more ability overall, but it does take more work to set up. So both are free. But Vinian does also use a lot less resources. So if you don't have the greatest of the computers, I highly recommend Vinian. And if you're worried about tracking, if you don't want to get the settings up, there is a XR Animator, which is also free, and it does a really good job of pretty much forcing the settings without you doing anything. I'm just drinking on board and looking for people to bother. I see. Well, you're welcome to be here. I'm not sure how interesting it will be if you're not interested in making a model. But you know, you're welcome to be here. But yeah, as you can see, you can literally just customize as much as you want. You can have, they have different eyebrows, but you can, all of these, yes, you can get the base, like, I don't know, say I want these really thick ones. You can edit the texture, which there's, if you like the shape, just want to change the color, for example, you can mess with the colors here to get different colors, or this, which is right here, right? You can export and use it in what hairstyle. That's the texture itself, right? So you can go this, say you like all of this, right? You like the entirety of it, but you want it to be longer. You can do that. You can resize it and have it so it's longer. Why is it not? There it is. Yeah. Right, so it's suddenly got these danglies. But it's not just the texture you can change. You can also change how it bounces. Right, so which one's this one under? It's under this group. Well, let's do this group. No, we'll just do the single one. So, oh, come on. I haven't done this in a bit. But you can increase the bones, right? You can have it less stiff. If you be careful with this in here, because if you have it like too low, that thing is just going to be whipping around. The gravity will also kind of affect it on like staying down. Why is it messing with one over here? Huh. Caden, sir. Sorry, my dog is go cuddle. Chewing on his paw. Go cuddle. I had to put medicine on it earlier. But yeah, like mine's not perfect, by the way. I'm still figuring out the edit bounce. Like I have some that are very stiff, and then like the bottoms aren't, right? What kind of dog? He is a boxer shepherd mix. He's a mutt. He's a street pupper. And he's a brat, but he's adorable. So he's mine, you know. But yes, so even just you can get this without using the sample models. You can change how tall everything is, like head size, right? Which you think you're limited, right? You're limited. It only goes to this. That's actually not true. Maybe not. Let's not do it on head. Let's do it on. All right, let's do it on the funny one, right? So, some badonkadonks. You can actually increase it even more. So you can actually go beyond what the parameters allow. So don't think you're actually that as limited as it seems. It's like, oh, you really want some mommy milkers, right? You can increase it past the perimeters, despite what you would expect. So you can really actually customize how big everything is. I did that one because, you know, that one's funny. You can just mess around with it. But yeah, you can go into the negatives here, for example. And get yourself some pointers. But yeah, if you mess with the slider, you are going to be limited, but you can go beyond those. Just so you are aware. And with the hairstyles, you can also just create new ones too. Here, actually, let's make it so that everything is non-existent. And then just create a new one. Alright, so this is just bangs. And we're going to create our own. We have a brush. This is our mesh. We can move the mesh around by being on this arrow, and you know, you can do weird stuff. You can layer it, all that. You could take an eye out with those things, I know. That little pokey, you know, just a little pokey. And that's how you can really get your custom. Come on. Oop, right? You didn't like this curve or something, you can adjust it. Right? You can have it so it is mirrored, so it's doing it on multiple places. And then, but not only do you have that, but you actually have, you can make stuff fluffier. You can make stuff straight. And what that means is, well, triangle is also very common. Let's do a fluffy triangle, just so you guys can see. We'll delete these. Okay, so we're gonna do a triangle. What that pretty much means is, did it not do it? Oh, you can make it fluffier. This is literally like the angle you can have your, whatchamacallit, how fluffy your angle of your hair. Also, hi Zyla, hi Rezi. You know what? I'm so scatterbrained today. Drink some water. Which you can also go in and increase the thickness. 1 second. There we go. Thickness. All right. Selecting it. I want it thick, right? Get some volume in there. Hi, Panda. Oh gosh. And you can do the classic, you know, control. Well, no, you can't. I lied. You can't do the control click on this one. You can also add procedural guidelines. So that's going to add just these, just like this. Which you're like, what does that even mean? Well, it means that you just get a bunch of these. 6 hairs. You can actually change how many. here we go. So the intervals, you want them spread out more. You want to spread like really close to each other. Right, so you can do a bunch of stuff. But again, I'm just going over the quick basics. Dizzy time. Did I spin? Did I miss the spin? I didn't see me spin. But this is just an option. You can play with it. You don't need artistic ability to be able to make your own free 3D model, right? But, which when you are done with your model, you can export as a VRM, which is what pretty much everybody uses. It's either VRM or FBX. Do a barrel roll. Okay, there's the spinny. Now, if you just export with all the default settings, you are going to have issues if you want to add blend shapes. At least with most tools. Because the delete transparent meshes is really good for optimization. But the problem with that is there's invisible meshes on your face that is used to do your blend shapes. So if you actually delete these, which is the default, you are going to have issues with most software for blend shapes. You can add them in manually, separately, but that's a lot more work. So I wouldn't recommend deleting these. Unless you are going to use Reforge Mode, who is great for 3D models, by the way. He does so much free stuff, and he has paid stuff, but he does have a lot of free stuff. He's got a face stealer now, where you'll want to do two models. One you will delete, and one you will not delete the meshes. And what that will do is any meshes that you don't see on like the clothes will still be deleted. And he's got the program called, plugin for Unity that's called Face Stealer. And what that will do is it will take the meshes from the face, which is what you need for your blend shapes, and transpose it onto the deleted mesh model. Oh my gosh, that's huge. I need to adjust that one. And I also need to put the new bongo up. But yes. But he has his own tutorials for that. Reforge Mode. I'll type it in. He is great for if you are using specifically even Vroid models. But yes, so you'll export it. You do want to do it actually as a 0.0. You can do it as a 1.0. However, most everything is set up for the 0 model. Unity allows a few more stuff for the 1.0. And you can still use this if you're not going to do anything to it. You're not going to do blend shapes or anything like that. Or you can do blend shapes still. It's just make sure you're using the right stuff. And some of the Uni VRM, which is kind of needed for any Unity to mess with VRM models, you can make sure you have the one that's compatible for 1.0. But most people, because the 0 has been out forever, is going to use the 0. So just be aware of that. I do believe it defaults to 1.0 now. But majority of the stuff I'm going to go over, and my models are all 0s. I tried to do the 1 because there is stuff in Unity you can do, but it's a lot more advanced. So if you're just trying to do the basics, I definitely go with the 0s. But we're not actually exporting. That's how you would export. You can also reduce the material. You can combine or uncombine. I usually don't, but if you want to have a more optimized keep this default of combining your hair meshes. I just do some different things with mine, so I choose not to. So my models aren't as optimized as they definitely could be. But when you do that, let me find a old model without the blend shapes. Because when you export it as just a VRM, right, open. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't have any. Pretty sure this is an older one. Give it a second, maybe. Hopefully this isn't one of the ones I broke the physics in while playing with Blender. It might have been. It might have been one I had broken. Ignore that. This one was it. This one was yeah, this one was just lawyer clothes for the for Guilty as Socks. But you might notice I'm very stiff. I'm making weird mouth movements, but you're not seeing it, right? This is just an exported VRM. It has no blend shapes. It's just your basic model, which, as you can see, I talk like I'm still talking. The lip syncing is happening, right? But it's nothing on. I'm gonna do it as a node here. On this one. Ignore me, I'm gonna disappear for a second. I need to change the animation. But right, I can pucker my lips. I can go really wide. If I was chewing, you'd be able to see that. Much more expressive. And, you know, I can raise an eyebrow. Right? You can see all of that. That's because this model has blend shapes on it. And it's even got more than the normal 52 actually. It's got anime ones and everything as well, which, you know, is where you guys get the, like, when you go bonk. Right? This, while considered a blend shape, is kind of separate. I mean, you can't, the problem, you can see it. It's just, it's also under my hair. And because I have the breathing motion, I'm also kind of moving up and down. And VNeon does have depth, so I turned it down low. But if I leaned forward, you can see a little. But if I turned it up, you would actually see me lean forward, lean back a lot more. But I am pretty. I move around a lot, so if I have it up higher, you know, some things happen. So I kept the side to side pretty high, but me just adjusting in the chair would really bring the model forward and everything. So I have it set pretty low for that. But here, let's. Oop. Right. Here's my model. Blah blah blah. Right. But yes. While some of the expressions are more minuscule, kind of thing, it is pretty noticeable. When you do compare it to the other model, the other model works, right? You don't need blend shapes. It's very much a, do you want kind of more realism, more expression? And I did. So I actually used the Hana tool, which is, there is no free version for the HANA tool. I love Reforge Mode's NEB and all of his other software. However, I do think the HANA tool is easier to just straight up use. More user-friendly, and it just works. But it is only a paid version. NEB also works, but you need a bit more work to put into it to get the blend shapes to work properly. HANA tool, you literally just throw it in, and it just works. And I'll show you what I mean there. You know what? We'll use this. We'll go ahead and export this thing. You know, it's ugly, but we're gonna export this thing. All right. We are not gonna delete. We don't have hair, so they can combine that. That's fine. Test-chan. Right. These are required. Whatever. If you want to change these, you can. I just usually leave them because I'm partly because I'm lazy. Export. And nope, we're not keeping it in there. You know what? We'll just do it in here. Test-chan. Now we're going to get into Unity, which is its own whole ballpark. Because look how many different versions of Unity I have. Right. Unity 2, 4, they all do different things. You do not need all of these. In fact, Reforge does all of his on a certain one. This one specifically. But I do stuff for Vinion, which, here's my projects, right? So all my Vinion is in this one, the 2022 blah, blah, blah. I swear every project file someone offers online uses a different build of Unity. Yes, which is why Reforge is great, because his is all using the same one, the 2019.4.31 F1. Which I'll put the links and stuff. I already put them in Mary's chat before, but I'll go ahead and put those in my where I have the VTuber section and just chatting. I've been putting a bunch of stuff. There's free animations that I did for Vinion, but it also works in Naruto that I did in Unity. Here, let's go ahead and just bring those up. It's gonna take a bit. We're gonna do HANA. Ignore this V5, that's for 1.0. I was playing with trying to do 1.0. It just, the Uni VRMs for the 1.0 are kind of hit and miss if they actually work. Like, they can export, but they have issues with importing. And I'm not making a custom model in Unity. I just don't have the capability. Which, also, you can make a VRM model in Blender. Like, you can completely... There's a free plugin for Blender, which Blender is also free, obviously, for VRM bones. So you can literally import VRMs into Blender. The same plugin that allows you to import also allows you to actually just add a VRM armature. So like their boning, their roots, their basic humanoid arms, legs. You can just add those into Blender to a custom. I started making custom props in Blender. Nothing with bones yet. Yes, I'm trying to learn Blender as well. Some things you can put some of the basic stuff in Unity that you can with Blender. I'm just not that good with Blender yet. I also want to make custom props in there, and I want to make custom horns for Zyla's model. This one over here. Of course, I'm not in that. Don't save test chat. So Zyla's model that I've been working on for a bit. The horns that they currently have is hair. This is hair. But I want to just model custom ones in Blender and export the horns. And I would say you can attach the boning in Blender. You can. You just do want to be careful because some of the things can mess with Unity's ability to add blend shapes, and you can add blend shapes in Blender as well. I feel like Unity's is a little easier to do though for the blend shapes for building them up. But yes, but again, you can do the whole VRM exporting. Most of my new models are not VRM, by the way. I don't know if you noticed when I was bringing up the models. Let me just go into my models real quick. You guys can't see it. But you'll notice majority of these, well, not even majority, just a few now, right? They're saying VSF avatar. That is because of my custom blend shapes along with my, like, not just the blend shapes, because majority of these guys, these are just blend shapes, also have the, you know, mouth movements, right? And then, but these ones, the VSF ones, are the ones that I added the custom, like, anime ones. Right? So like this Dizzy, how I got that is all through, I exported it as a VSF avatar instead of the VRM. But it is originally a VRM. Like this is literally turned into this kind of thing on that. But yeah, so I am working on doing Blender as well. I'm just not as good in Blender. I'm still learning. But back to Blender, right? Or not Blender, Unity. These are the dances and actions I have made that work in both Vinian and Warudo. You can get those on my Discord. You can use them for free. What that really means is when you go into like animations, like here, actually let's redo this one because the touch grass is silly. How I named them is all the actions, you know, will have action in the front. There's also reactions, which will also be in there. And then I have some that, guess what, if they're a dance, they say dance at the front. I know, shocking. But others I've seen that did them, that made them available, they didn't do that. So you kind of just went around. In fact, like all these others, right? Obviously, we know Gundam Style. We know Gundam Style is a dance. But what if you didn't? Right? So dance, 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 bum, bum, right? But yeah, so all these ones that I have that say dance at the front, those are all ones that I downloaded the Mixamo, which is free. It's an Adobe website. Make sure, by the way, if you do go to that site, that you have your acceleration on for whatever browser you're using. Otherwise, it's going to use your CPU and could take forever. You do want to use your GPU to load those sites. Here, I'll bring up the site real quick. Mixamo. I just have to do it off screen in case I gotta log in. I do have to log in, okay. Okay, it's loading. So this is the site. Everything, all the animations in here are free. and that's what I use to make the animations that in here. You know, this one just snake. Ignore the random little box that popped up. I need to erase those. I just forgot about it. It's pretty much a reminder of if you are going to use Reforged mode's anime like expressions, that you need to make sure that your certain blend shapes, the initialize and start animation blend shapes, are always active. So that's all that weird box popped up. So I usually delete it. I just forgot. My bad. But yeah, so this is where I created all the animations that I exported. And again, they are available on my Discord, !Discord, for free, because they're just free animations. You can use them to your heart's content. If you only want the dance one, you can use the dance one. If you only want actions and reactions, you can use those. And again, they do work in VNeon and Warudo. I would assume any other random 3D software would also be able to use them, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that they 100% work in both VNeon and Warudo. So those are available. It's literally just the single file. It's I had it set up so it's a single file, but you get 42 dances, 53 actions, and like 3 reactions. It's not hard to do. It's actually a very easy with the VNeon SDK, but I just did it. Some of them I want to rework kind of thing, but like I want to do this. I want the snake one to be looped, and I didn't loop it. But that's you know, that's neither here nor there. Well, actually, I could probably do it real quick. Where's the snake? Snake. Well, actually, I need to do it. Yeah. Finished. Oh gosh. Snake. Okay. So, oh, I did loop it. I wonder. Oh, I must have had it set wrong in VNeon then. Okay, never mind. I did loop snake. I'm just dumb. Snake. Yes. It's the. Here, let's just. Pretty sure I had added some blank ones down here so I could mess with it. Yeah. Let's go to snake. Snake. Maybe I should actually put them in order of alphabetical. Bam, 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 bam. Where's my snake? Snake. I just can't read. Okay. I called it snake because you did it like the wiggle down. And yeah, it is looping. Oh, that snake. Yeah, that's also a snake. But yeah. That's what the animation looks like. Oh, I didn't attach it, so it stops. Attach! Oh wait, I'm dumb. Alright. Snack. I'm a snack. But I use the Unity 2022.3.6 F1 for any VNeon assets. Which VNeon assets are compatible with Warudo. So Therefore, animations made in this is also compatible with Warudo. Warudo, though, you do have the Steam workshop you can also grab stuff from. But you can also literally just put this one file. It creates a single file for the dance and a single file for the reactions that you can just put into the animation folder for either VNeon or Warudo. And then it just works. But yeah, so that's what I use for animations. Don't save. But this is Hana Tool. We're just gonna make that invisible. We're gonna bring in Test-chan that we had made, right? So to do that, we needed a VRM, Uni VRM. I don't know what version this is. I have to look on my little chart, but we're gonna import Test-chan. All right. So we're gonna create a new folder for Test-chan. And we're gonna load the prefab. Okay, so we have our Test-chan over here, right? We're gonna drag her up into this hierarchy. So we have our beautiful bald Test-chan. Which with Vroid, I do recommend going into look and like getting rid of all the rim lighting and shading, just so you can actually get a better match. And because truthfully, Vroid's shading isn't very good. So if you wanted to add custom, more 2D look shading, you can. Kaden! No, Bubba. You're cute, but get that paw out of your mouth. Here, have a freaking banana pumpkin tweet. Come here. Yes, I yelled at you, but come here. You're cute. Just keep that paw out of your mouth, sir. And then here's another one from chat. I'm sure they would love to give you tweets. Okay. Let the pupper eat. He's already eaten his dinner, but he gets the treat. He just does not get to eat his paw. So he has nerve damage. So he doesn't really feel the pain. It just feels good with him. So he will literally gnaw on his foot until he breaks skin, or his pad especially. He will literally just rip his paw to shreds. Which is why you hear me a lot of the time on stream, Kaden, or no, or stop that, get your paw out of your mouth. The reason for it is because of that. If it was just if he was just licking it, but no, he will destroy his paw. Destroy. Okay? So that's why he gets the old no. Alright, but this is where I use Hana Tool. Again, Hana Tool is not free, but I like it better. As much as I adore all of Reforge mode stuff, it's just I prefer it. Okay, but really all I do is you put the face in here, you choose what kind of Vroid, what the updated Vroid is, which Vroid is past the 127. There is beta old versions that people still use, and that's where you'd use these older ones. He just takes the socks off. He does have socks, but he just takes them off. But if I put medicine on his foot, I will put them on. But other than that, because he literally he'll chew through the sock. It's not like that helps. So I just tell him no. And he's better at it sometimes than others. This like fall has been really bad for his allergies for some reason. Summer's usually his worst, but he was actually really good this summer, and I don't know why suddenly. I thought he was doing much better. He gets shots, the allergy shots, and then he's also got some medicine on top of that. So I don't really know why it suddenly became so bad, and it's just this one paw that he's really. Usually it's like all of them, but it's just one single paw. And they looked at it and everything seemed fine, but he's for some reason really going at that one paw. But yeah, so you put your face in and then you're gonna just read it. Right? All that did was the program read what the mesh was, read where the mouth and eyes is. So nothing, we don't have new blend shapes yet. If we go back here and we're going to create a clip builder, this is where we are going to put the entire avatar. We're going to put all of Test-chan. We read the face, now we're going to put all of Test-chan in. And then we're going to clip build. I probably should have shown you that the blend shapes only had Vroid ones. So this is blend shapes, and suddenly we used to. Can I undo? No, I can't undo. If we were to re-import blend Test-chan, you would see that there was like 6 or 7 blend shapes, but now we got all the general 52 of them. And you see a little thing in the corner. And you can adjust them. I usually do. I usually do for the blinking. I do more of a 90 than a 100. But you can mess with it to get exactly what you want. It's still tedious, but yeah, I like the 90s. For the blinking, because sometimes if it's 100, you go a little over blink. It all depends on how you have your VRAID model set up, but I would say a good rule of thumb is more 90 for the blinking, but it's up to each person, and you could just leave it as is if you wanted to. Especially since you're kind of limited on just looking at this and hoping that it's correct. But if you really want to custom your your looks, you would go into the face under here and adjust. But you could add other things too, right? You don't have to just do whatever it tells you. This doesn't even have lips. Oh gosh. Like, this model doesn't really have lips. It just has a line. It's more noticeable if you have, like, you would actually put lips, like shading of the lips. And this one doesn't really have that, because again, we just exported it as a blah. But since we have all the blend shapes now, we can literally now just export it, and it will magically. Well, here, let's bring out Test-chan. Let's see Test-chan without the blend shapes, because currently they don't have the blend shapes, right? Because we haven't exported yet. So let's look at Test-chan. Let's be bald for a moment. Right, I'm doing facial expressions, and you can kind of tell something's going on, but you're probably like, what is going on? Right, I'm not getting, like, my lips aren't getting smaller, they aren't getting bigger, they're just they kind of just exist. Right? You know, go invisible for a second. We don't exist. And then if we export test-chan. I can do this. Oh, I don't know why it's up here. Right. It does require a version. You can literally put 1. You could put 0 even for version. It just wants a version. Why, I don't know. If it's saying, hey, nothing's there. Like here, let me just say it's a body. And I try and export. It's saying it must be the parent. That's just saying it wants the actual model, the full model in the hierarchy. So test-chan itself, not root, not face, not body, not secondary, test-chan. So you don't have to close it. You can just drag it in, like, and yeah.
Thank you for the follow. And you're stuck with me.
CT Racing Corner, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. So yeah, if you're having issues, it's telling you it wants the actual model. It's not seeing the full model. So you just do that, make sure there's a version. It literally won't let you export until you do those, make sure those 2 things are there. So export, we're just gonna put test-chan here. We'll say, we'll do with blend. Rather than overwrite, just so we can go back and forth on on stuff. All right, so now if we load in test-chan, but with the blend shapes momentarily, right? All right. Already, we already got more facial expression, right? You see my wiggle, my eyebrow wiggle? But yeah, so Hana tool to me it just works. It really just works, but it is a paid version. It's not a lot of money, but it is a paid version. There is no free version for the Hana tool. The NEB tool that Reforge Mode has can do very similar things. It's just a little bit more work. And if you're willing to put in the work, you can. You should definitely use this. And you can also see the bad shading that I mentioned of why you should turn off the Vroid shading, because it's not great. It's not great. You get these lines, and you just might as well turn off the rim lighting and everything like that. But yes, already test-chan has better facial expressions. I didn't spend time on it though, so they're not amazing, right? And they're also kind of hard to see since test-chan has no lips, really. They have a line. But we were not able to do that with test-chan, just exporting straight from Vroid. All right, let's get somebody prettier than test-chan, you know? Let's do without some glasses for a bit. So yeah, Hana tool, it just works. It's very easy. As you saw, put the face, did the reader so it could read the face, and then I clipped it. And then it just worked. The end. That's Hana tool. Don't save. I don't care to have test-chan in there. And then, again, the greatest thing about the Reforge is the fact that he uses the same Unity version and therefore the same UniVRM for all of his software. So the NEB, the expressions he's got halos that I haven't really messed with yet, to add animated halos, which I'm definitely going to be looking at those. You can be very creative with what you do with them. You could have like a little minion flying around, like a little ghosty, or you could actually use that as a halo. You know, I do have my angel version, and I also have, you know, the angel version that nothing special. It's literally just, oh, let's not do that. These don't have any of the fun stuff, command expressions to them, because I've been lazy. But I did animate the halo in this, you know. Oh, this is the wrong version. This is not the version I was thinking of. I also animated the hair because I was curious. But you can actually, you know, you can get animation. It's very simple animation. It's just moving the texture. And you can do different effects with it. And this is all through Unity, where I am getting this animation. But my hair is also doing it. Not well, because the texture wasn't really made for that. But I was having fun with it. You know, this is like my playing around. And I'm very bright. Very, very bright. Bright ass hair. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, this Unity is way up here. Ignore the one punch. But you can see where it says combined and everything like that. So this was where I did do the delete meshes and the didn't delete the meshes and then stole their face so that I could have a more optimized model. But let's bring in Test-chan. Alright, which is why I kept Test-chan as just a VRM without saving the thing. Let's just add a new folder for Test-chan. This is just to keep it organized. Just have all projects in one. Have just one giant thing. Because you export the models individually anyway. Where is Test-chan? Did I put Test-chan in some random folder? You have Test-chan in here? I did import, right? Did I not? I did. Assets. Where's Test-chan? Oh, I didn't put Test-chan in the... No. Where's Test-chan? There's Test-chan. I didn't put her in a, under models. My bad. Yes, very bright hair. Very, very bright hair. I did some, like lighting, messing with, and all that, and different shaders. Oh, yeah. Alright, we got Test-chan. We're gonna put Test-chan in the hierarchy. Right? Pretty much, you always want to put your model in the hierarchy. But now, so Reforge, we have a few. Again, all of his stuff you can use in the same Unity. So you got your expression pack. That's the anime expressions, the like exclamation bonk, which this model does not have. Do not try it. It won't work. I mean, the bonking itself will work, but you won't get the dizzy or anything like that. Maybe I should go back to a model that does do that in case anybody wants to redeem that. We'll do it by the node though, and we gotta go up, up, up to where I have my models, and we'll just neither like Angel, Chibi, and everything do not have those anime expressions loaded in. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do Snake again. That was just, I did animation just to kind of do little intros for the different models when you guys redeem them. But, alright, what were we doing? We were doing Unity, right, with Test-chan. Now, I only exported a version without, oh wait, I didn't save Test-chan. I didn't Test-chan. I forgot I didn't save Test-chan. I didn't save Test-chan as a Vibroid, so I can't make another one. You know what? Sure, we'll do Baldino. That's still a work in progress. All right. This is the new test shot, is Baldino. All right. We're going to just export her as is. We're going to make 2 versions of her. One where also, okay, combined hair mesh, that's fine. But when no. Bald with mesh, because we did not delete the meshes. So this one has meshes. Export. Yeah, we'll just do it in this same one. Now we are going to make one where we have bald no mesh. Right? The One Punch model looked really good. I had fun with that. I did have fun with that. Okay, so we're gonna delete Test-chan. Well, we're gonna delete all of Test-chan in here too. The control shift doesn't work, but control deleting all of them will. Okay, so delete. I scared it. Yeah, that's I had put the anime expressions, but very, very quickly and like slap silly because I did it in like 10 minutes. I don't recommend taking only 10 minutes to do them, but you can and still get an okay product, right? But yeah, art. You know, we're gonna put both bald no mesh and bald mesh in here. Models. We're gonna put them in Test-chan. But we are also gonna do we're gonna do a folder real quick for them inside of Test-chan. Great. Folder. It's gonna be no mesh. And we are also just real quick going to create one with mesh. You're here to learn. Welcome, Mocho. And then we're importing the with mesh. Oh no. Bald with mesh. Bum, bum, bum. Models. Test-chan with mesh. Save. Now why are we doing this? We're doing the face stealer for this one. So any meshes on the clothes I have that are invisible, they actually take up memory for your model, right? And that means that it's not as optimized. So what we're going to do is make it a little bit more optimized by using Reforged Face Stealer. Oh, why it's up here, I don't know. A new major update. Oh, he had an update. Later. So there is an update to this, so it might be better now. But this is just a face stealer. Very easy. Bring up our hierarchy, right? And we have our undeleted mesh. So we have a mesh, right? With mesh. We have our deleted mesh. No mesh, right? We're gonna steal the face. And we're gonna call this one, well, it's already gonna call it combined, right? So we're gonna do what it says. We're gonna export. We're gonna do it in, put that in just Test-chan. I am bald. Very, very bald. Now there's kind of a odd thing we're gonna do. We're going to export this combined Peschan as is. We're just gonna call this one bald now. Noko noko nastandan. Actually, we'll keep that in. We'll keep it in here for now. No. No, bald. Just bald. No. Let me click in the right spot. Bald. This is just bald. Okay. Now, why did I do that? Because, and maybe the new update to it has fixed this, but pretty much we need to import it back in to be able to use it like we were using the others. So again, maybe the new one did it, but I'm not going to deal with downloading that. How I dance uncontrollably? I mean, I'm not sure if it's uncontrollably, but I can do some dances. Let's yum yum yum. Let's do snake. Let's do snake for a bit. Meow. Okay, enjoy the snake dance while I go back to Bald-chan.
Bam, 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 bam.
But it will stop here shortly. So yeah, this is Bald-chan, right? In all her glory. But we don't have her in the hierarchy, so we can get rid. Actually, we don't need these guys in the hierarchy anymore. We're not going to use them. We're going to just use Bald. Just Bald. Right. This is Bald in all her glorious baldness. And we will actually probably use Hana-Tool to create the blend shapes, but I guess we can use NEB for now. Which I believe also had which I'm using the pro version. There is a free version of Face Stealer is free completely. There is nothing paid about Face Stealer. Face Stealer is just straight up free. There is no paid version versus free version. NEB, Expression Pack, and Halo all have a free version and a paid version. The paid version is not that much. I think the most expensive is $6. But I am using the pro version for all of these. The big difference between like the paid versions and the non-paid is kind of how you can save them, and also not as many of the expressions are available, like anime expressions, like the animated ones, I believe are not available in the free versions. So when you go bonk, right? Where am I at? I don't know where I'm at. When you go bonk, right? So the stars are animated, right? The eyes technically are not. Yes, they're spinning, but I'm pretty sure they don't actually count as. I'm pretty sure those are available for the free version. Maybe you won't be able to spin them like I do, but just the swirl themselves are available. And the paid version also allows you to put custom textures in as well, which I don't think you have available on the free version. But yes, I am Bald. I'm making Bald-chan here. But yes, I am using pro version, like I said. Okay, So, what I don't really like about the NEB is there is a reference model, but he did say to not use it. He had added something else. I actually can't get it to work. Well, I can get it to say that it worked, but then I don't see the blend shapes to be able to adjust them outside of the NEB. I know that he'd made some updates, and I don't think I've actually added the updated plugin, and I think that's my issue with it. I'm pretty sure it's a me problem. It's not a him problem. He did come out with the update. I've just been lazy and not added them properly. Or the updated version. Just like earlier, I ignored the face stealer. But as you, well, I guess you can't see. Actually, you can see. 1 second. So if I had tried with the Hana tool, if I had tried to use the no blend shape, or the no where we had deleted the meshes, right? We're gonna get rid of Test-chan here. We're just gonna delete them, and we're gonna import Bald into Test-chan. Okay, we're gonna import. We're gonna import the Bald that didn't have meshes, and then we will also import the other, just so you can see. Hi, Kobe. So we have Bald with no meshes. Yes, it is me. And if I were to use the Hana tool to read it, just to read the face, right? It's gonna yell at me. It's saying it can't find the vertices, pretty much the meshes. It's like, there's no meshes on this face. What are you trying to do? Because yeah, we deleted the meshes, which is the default for Vroid. Remember, this is why it's important that you don't delete the transparent meshes, unless you're going to use Face Stealer, which we'll see in a second. We're just going to delete these though. We don't need them. I just wanted to show you. Uh-oh, Unity, don't crash. Okay, thank you. Unity, don't be a bitch. I missed y'all. Yeah, I haven't been streaming. I haven't been feeling that well. In fact, yesterday I had planned to stream this yesterday, but it wasn't happening. I got off very early, just in general. Okay, so now we're going to bring in just Bald-chan, who, you remember, we combined with the Face Stealer. Or if you're just coming here, we did steal the face of them. We stole the meshes from one of them. I want a burnt peanut model, but I need a frog. What is that sentence, Kobe? What? Okay, so now if we do Hana tool, right, we're gonna do the reader. We're gonna put the face in, and we read it. It finished reading. It had meshes to read. A face exists. Hooray! Now if we go to Clip Builder, and we bring in the entirety, the full avatar, right, this time, and we just build it. We clip the builds. Burnt Peanut is a streamer who uses a burnt peanut model, but it uses his actual eyes and mouth. Oh, kind of like how I did the Alistair coin. Let me, I don't know if you guys saw, but for Alistair's, like, birthday, what was birthday? Or affiliate stream, I don't remember. Friends. Did I delete Coin-chan? I did not, okay. I believe this one. Like those old potato IG film. Yeah. Oh, this is just the floating head of him. Hello. I am Alistair. Alistair sucks. Do. Right, this is just the head. The other one is probably the actual coin. Maybe? Or it might be this one. Maybe? Yeah, okay. What do you guys think me? The Alistair coin, you know? Metallic, shiny. Yeah. So I made this. I made this monstrosity for Alistair's was it affiliate? I don't remember. Do you guys remember if it was his affiliate or his actual birthday? I don't remember, but I did this because he wanted coins. He was doing coins. This is what I did. I literally made him into a coin. A 3D coin that talks and blinks and waves his hair about. Yeah. Though I also learned a lot about like the blend shapes actually doing this. I did put blend shapes on this, but my problem was you need to do the blend shapes before you mess with the head hierarchy. So the coin is obviously attached to his head. That messes with the meshes. So his mouth is not as expressive because I put the coin on first. So I learned a lot, and then, you know, I learned how to do metallic shaders and everything like that. And this is the monstrosity that resulted in that. This is, yeah, the Alistair coin. What, Hunter? I look normal, don't I? I look perfectly normal. Yeah, so there exists a 3D Alistair head. I'm switching between multiple streams and playing around, and suddenly Eno is the moon. No, I am Alistair coin. I can also just be Alistair head, even though it says coin. Oh, that's the broken one. Blender did weird stuff. This is the result of me doing stuff with Blender. This is the result of Blender. Okay, and then yeah, this is what I started with. This is just the head. This one does not have facial expressions on it, so it's very stiff, right? It just has the open, close, look around, yeah. So Alistair head, which as you can see, there's nothing behind, which is scary. But that's because I knew I was gonna put the face, you know, in a coin. So yeah. Look through Alistair's eyes, guys. Look through it. Look through his eyeballs. Okay. Alright. Enough of Alistair sucks. Do. Yes, there's that monstrosity. Let's go. Wait, no, not that one. I'm gonna do this one. Now she's Big Head from Repo. You know, that would have been a good costume as well, is just to make myself as the Repo head. Maybe I should do that and sometimes play as the Repo, like the head in Repo. Rather than just always doing the Repo bot. Do the head. Wahaha. Chomp, nom nom. But back to Ball-chan, right? So now Ball-chan has blend shapes. We can mess with the blend shapes now. Which, for Ball-chan, because she has no hair, we really need to make sure that the blend shapes actually can look good. So we definitely 100% want to go through and make sure, which all blend shapes have the all the vowels, A-E-I-O-U. However, they are not the US A-E-I-O-U, like pronunciation-wise. It is actually the Japanese. So, I don't remember the pronunciations for them. My bad. But yeah, so it is the Japanese versions. Why is I did something wrong with my little mark there, but it's fine. Oh, this is just for testing. But usually those I just leave as is. All those the vowel things. And majority of the like Engi and all that I really like by itself. So I leave it as is, right? I don't know why it went up there. But this is just the neutral. All those I pretty much leave the same. It's when we come to the blinking and all that that I do more of a 90 because of my eyelashes, really. I need to do better eyelashes. I need to fix the eyelashes. Let's actually let's not go into the eyelashes. But yes, so I do more of a 90 instead of 100. And it's still fully closed, all that. But if I do 100, it goes there's more clipping than usual. My chibi one I really need to work on because it actually needs to be, the face structure is so different that I need to actually have even less closing. But yes, let's go ahead and do, this. This is all the tedious part of when you're doing stuff. So this brow, it's a little too far down, right? Like it's merging with the eye. So let's try something like 69. Right? It's going to be the same way on this side. So let's find it, and we're going to match it to the other side, what we did. So we have 69, right? I just, I don't know where that number came from. I guess 67 is a new thing, but whatever. And this is saying it's brow up. Oh, the inner is up. Which, so it's just pretty much making it a perfect line. Which unfortunately, this is one of the limitations of the HANA tool, is I can't go over it. You are forced. The NEB, you can actually adjust the parameters to go even beyond what the sliders say. I think up to 300. So that is an advantage to the NEB that the HANA tool just does not have the ability for. So yeah, I can't raise it past this 100, even if I wanted to. And then, here's the eyebrow raise. It's the outer, right? Personally, I think the inner needs to come up a little with this too. When I find it, brow, inner, up. We're on left. Oh, no, never mind. We don't have the inner. We don't, except for the full, for both. And I don't care about that. Okay. Same thing on this one. We're fine with that. The cheek puffs, unfortunately, Binyan currently does not have the ability to actually activate the cheek puff. I'm pretty sure Raruto does not either. Along with the sticking out of the tongue without certain additions, which we're not going into. So I just leave these the same. Eventually, I'm sure they're going to add the cheek puff ability, but for now, you do not get the cheek puff ability. A cheek squint, really, I think I'm just going to quickly go through these. I know an ad is in progress. So not everybody can hear me. I'm just going to check everything real quick. This is just the cheeks. The O's, A, E, I, O, U, I don't mess with. We got a blinking, so we're gonna do 90. Again, we're gonna do 90. And I'm being lazy, but you really, again, can make it so that, I usually do the look up, look down. I'll leave them alone because you can't really see them in the preview anyway. And you're going to, whatever program you use, Warudo or Vinion, you can adjust how far the eye bones are looking. So we're going to leave those alone. But yes, I'm being lazy, so we're just going through this very quickly. Since truthfully, I need to redo some stuff on Balchan. But she will be good enough that we can bring her out for some fun in a bit. Okay, those are the looking. Again, I just leave them. You can adjust the bones in your software, so there's no reason to really mess with the blend shape unless you're using a program that doesn't have the ability to do those. And then here we have a squint, right? So it won't fully close. But I do still like more of a, I think 80 was what I was doing. No, maybe an 85. Yeah, let's do an 85, which means another 85 here. Welcome back from the break. I didn't really do anything except for I skipped over a lot of the blend shapes in between here because they were just look left, right, up, down, all that kind of stuff. I don't really mess with those blend shapes because I use eye bones in Vinion. Warudo also uses eye bones. So you can limit how far you look left or right, all that kind of stuff. So there's, for me, not really that much point in dealing with them, especially when you can't really see them in the preview anyway, for it looking left, right, all that kind of stuff. So I just leave those alone and move on. What do we got here? Eye wide. For the eye wide, I do think I want to make the iris a little smaller. Which I might not have the ability. Yeah, I don't have the ability to do that. I can do that with NEB later. So moving on. Eye wide right. You can see it's a slightly wider, right? Just slightly, not a lot. Like this is neutral. This is slightly wider on this side. Same with this one. This one's slightly up. I like the fun. Truthfully, it's one of my favorites. We're not messing with any of the vowel ones, right? Jaw forward. It bringing it forward a little. Jaw left and right. I kind of leave as is. I don't like it fully like right. I think mine is pretty wide. But I do bring that one down too, because it can kind of get a little insane when I add in other expressions. So while this can be very wide, right, for my mouth, I really don't like it being at the full 100. You might notice 90 is my go-to, though some of the stuff I have messed with for longer and done like 80s, 85s, all that kind of stuff. You can go in here and, mess with it yourself if you decide to do the Hana tool. NEB has the same abilities. It's just a little bit more work. Does this one have the iris hide? Because we need to get rid of a bit of our iris. because you might notice there's a little bit of sparkle here. That's our highlights for our iris coming out. Yeah, okay. So at like 15, it looks like we kind of lose it. Yeah, okay. So 15, maybe 20 actually, because I still see a spot there. Let's try 20, 20. There's still a little bit there. We'll do 30. We could probably get away with what we had, but yeah, so we just moved the iris back so we weren't getting that highlight pop. Which kind of looks like glitter, truthfully, but, you know, we don't need it. We're not doing any of the look downs, rights, any of that. We're leaving those as is. You can, if you want for those, also like adjust how the eye goes, how the eyebrow goes up. If you're looking like up left, for example. I'm just lazy. As we've discussed. Mouth close, I also don't like it to be 100% because because that. This is some horror film. Right. It could be, like, I don't know why it's so, drama with the close like that. Like, overly closed, like, literally bottom lip up at the freaking nose, but yeah. it just is, okay? I don't ask questions, I just fix what I notice is wrong. The dimples I'd leave. Frowns sometimes. Not too far. They're fine. On the chibi, I really messed with it a lot more because, again, the proportions kind of get thrown off. This is our mouth funnel. Yes. So it's just right. I could adjust it, but I'm just gonna leave it. Usually this I do bring down a little because I don't like how far it goes for the left, and it's, again, I think we actually might do an 80. Yeah, let's do an 80. And again, for the other side, we're gonna do 80. Which obviously you don't have to have them match. You could have them be different. Mouth went down right. I'm fine with that. It's just kind of like, right? The sneer for mouth press. Pretty sure there's a sneer that'll be popping up. I'm fine with. Nope. The other side press, mouth pucker. I usually do adjust just a little. That's gonna be another 90, right? And that's just a little pucker. I don't want duck face, you know? This is another that's just kind of like, a little too far. A little too far for my taste. So we're gonna do, yeah, we'll do 80. Mouth roll. Some of these are harder to see. But it's like your lip kind of came in. Like you're almost, I guess we can show you. You can probably see it. It's like you're rolling your lip up a little. This one, let's do 75. The upper. Oh, somebody changing? Did you change me to angel? Did I get an angel redeem? Why are we floating? Why are we floating? Why are we floating? Are we just okay? I don't know why we're floating, but we are. I thought it was the Angel Redeem, but apparently not. Mouth roll upper again. Maybe this one even lower at like 50. Mouth shrug. I kind of think of it as the kind of pout. I just leave it alone. This again, I don't like how far up it goes, so we are bringing that down. We're doing 80. We're doing another 80. Hi, Forrest. Well, Hunter was referring to the Alistair head I had made for the coin. How are you today? You off of work now? The stretch is fine. That one I like. That one I also like, so we're leaving. We don't mess with neutrals. Sneer is fine. Sneer is fine. O's again, I don't mess with any of the vowels. A, I, L, U. We leave those. And these, like, let's say, like surprise and sorrow, those are Vroid basics that come with the model. Tongue out, it really doesn't matter because we don't have that support in Vinyan anyway. And then ooh. So now we have our Baltan with blend shapes. And if we export it, right, Bald, we now have her. We'll overwrite. Maybe I shouldn't have overwritten. Whatever. We're gonna go with it. And we're gonna close the Hana one. We will save this one. I'm doing great. Off of work with a 4-day weekend. Nice! Oh yeah, it is Veterans Day. That makes sense. That does make sense. We are working on Balchan, which actually we want to bring in the Balchan we just had for with all the blend shapes. So we're gonna delete all this and we're gonna bring in the new one. So import, we're gonna do Bald. Models, Tushchan, save. Being drunk is hard word too. Hard word. I'm sure it is, Hunter. Hard word. It's a very hard word. Words are hard. Okay. All right, we're putting Balchan back in the hierarchy. All right. And we can see if well, I don't really want to. We're gonna leave any B alone. What is that? What did you guys just put? What kind of monster is that? Amnesia, of course. Which apparently I got lucky, and the Amnesia Rebirth is one of the least scary. I was terrified the entire time. But apparently I chose the right one. Alright, but we're gonna do expression pack. We're gonna give her anime expressions, okay? Alright, so this is, again, target model. So we want Bald. We're gonna put Bald in here. We're gonna do 1.27 because we just exported it, and that is what I'm updated to. I did my part in that one. Yeah. You didn't have to. We are not gonna add the guide message. That's that box that keeps showing up when I reload this model in Vinyan. Let's just... So when I do this, you'll notice briefly a black box appears on the mouth. It's a reminder guide box. Is it not going to do it this time? Okay, or it's not going to do it this time because I already had it up. Who knows? But it is literally just a black box that is there. Well, I guess... Well, because I can delete it. Here, I'll show you it real quick. We'll do this. So this is if you mess up and you need a redo. It's pretty much a redo button, but you do need to delete it before you export it. But that's pretty easy to do, and I'll show you how to do it. So I will put that on. So next step. Right. Now we have this new window. Can I make it smaller? No, I can't. I usually do this on the bigger screen, but I don't really have it set up for that. What is it? No, this one, this button. Okay, 8K. Oh, not that much. There we go. Good enough. All right, so we got the model here that we're looking at, right? Compared to our reference image, like. So this is what we're seeing, right? This is just a Angie, and this is where you can actually change the min and max values around. Just like you can with the NEB, but these are pretty much majority of them is the anime expressions, but you are going to have a bunch of other things, which you can also, I don't want this one, I don't want to include it, right? You can click those and just go to whatever ones you want. Oh, you made Angie? Yeah, this is an anime expression too, that we'll get to in a bit. Angie. But it starts off with like basic kind of expressions first. And we're fine with this one. Fine with this one. We're probably just gonna say we're fine with majority of these, okay, except for this one. Because we are not fully closed, right? So we're going to go to, I guess, 120. 120 is looking good. I jumped to the expression gun. Yes, that's a later expression. So now our eye is fully closed, right? You can make it look angier and closer to this if you want, because obviously my eyelashes are still coming down quite a bit, and you can adjust some of the parameters to make it look more like that. I'm lazy, we're not doing that. So this one, we want our iris to be smaller. Our iris size is still way too big, right? So we're gonna bring our eye down. Maybe a little bit bigger. Yeah, right. We're pretty angry looking. Next expression. What the fuck happened here? I don't think that's what we want. I don't think. Yeah, Bug-ass McGee. And this one, I do think we want this to be more flat, right? So we are going to bring this down. Oh wait, not that one. 0. And then I think our lower we'll do to a 30. We look very annoyed and not pleased. I also am gonna bring the eyebrows up a bit. I don't think I like them being quite that low. So let's do 30, 30. Yeah. Okay. Next, some sort of weird eye cringe, right? And I don't think this one is showing enough. Look, there's not enough difference. So let's go ahead and this is our left. Do more cringe. Yeah. Bud. Yes, Bud. She just looks depressed, truthfully. Yeah, whatever. Oh, puppy eyes. Look, where's puppy eyes? It's not eye frown, that's puppy eyes. We're keeping it. I like puppy eyes. Iris size maybe bring down. But still fairly large. This one I'm fine with. We need to adjust the blinking. 120 is kind of what we decided was the good point for that. So 120 on each side. And again, let's just do 120, 120 to actually get him closed. And I think we actually want, oh no, 45 was fine. That's not what I was thinking. I was, where? Yeah, this is what I was. Let's just, you know what? 69. Perfect. Because 69. This one, we also want to bring up. Right. That's fine. We need our eye blink to be more of a 120. To actually be closed. Maybe even a 115 on this one, actually. 110. Okay, more of a 110. Does look like we're getting a bit of bleed from the eye highlights, so we are gonna hide them. And see that little bit of white disappeared. Okay, iris size is way too big on this one. I'm bringing it down. Wait, oh, it's happy? Does this scream happy to you guys? On either side, really. Because it doesn't for me, but whatever they say. Where is 125? 130? Okay. There we go. And this is the what the fuck, you know? Eyebrow raise. Yeah, and then I actually want to bring the left. Oh, maybe not that one. My pupper stinks. He needs a bath. He definitely needs a bath. He's stinky. And he just farted, so that doesn't help. Yeah, we're gonna have this come up a little. When we raised it, And yep. Oh, hmm. Hmm. Yeah. What the fuck? What is wrong with my irises today? What the fuck? That's fine. Actually, our inner. I don't like it perfectly straight. Actually, kind of looks too. What about? Do we got the lower lid? No. Do we got a squint? No. Oh, we could do this. Yeah, that's more of a deadpan in my opinion. Inner brow up. Just that. Too far straight and it looked just sad. I don't know why the iris size is going like this. But we're making it small. Right, and then inner brow up. Let's, oh, actually, no, I don't want that. 0. Yeah, let's do a 30 and a 30. Okay. Got eyes wide, right? Let's bring it really wide. Let's bring this just slightly smaller so that it looks even wider than it is. Next. And iris size, we might actually want to make it a bit bigger. Okay. Now we got tiny, tiny. Alright, tiny, tiny. Okay. I think that expression is fine. I think we need to bring this up a bit. Maybe this one too for whatever weird expression this is supposedly. I'm gonna bring this over because it looks weird to me. Too far over. Iris size. Make it a little smaller. There we go. Oh gosh. Look at them bug eyes. Just slightly smaller. And then I'll leave it. Okay, so obviously we need to fix this blink. So... Oh, wrong one. Where? Oh, it's the joy. 130. Highlight, hide. We can't do too much because we don't want it to disappear on this side, but we did have a little bit on this other side that we want to get rid of. Okay. We've got this expression. I think that's fine. This is a very wide smile. E-I-O-U. We're gonna leave it. The frown, though. think we need a bit more of a frown. That is way too large. No. Too big, too big, too big. Too far left, in my opinion. We'll do like a 50. Too large of a stretch. Let's try 0, 0. Let's try negative 50. Also, why are we smiling when it's obviously a frown? Yeah. It's obviously not completely matching, but that's fine. Reset. Yeah, I'm fine with the normal. Okay, I don't like how up the... Okay, I want it to be smiley, but I don't want it to be super stretched. A gentle smile, you know? Smirk. I'm going to bring it back slightly towards the center, but still a pretty obvious smirk. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's tone that down. Thank you. And that's fine. Got shark teeth. That creepy. What's wrong with Tiffy? Nom nom nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom nom. Do you not like nom 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 nom? Let's tone down the sharpness though. Or I could do the just don't include, because truthfully I don't think I'll use shark teeth. That's too wide. Mouth be smaller. It sounds cuter than it looks. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, and then... Yeah. Okay. Smaller. Tongue out doesn't actually matter. In fact, we're just not going to include it because, again, it can't even do the tongue out anyway. So, okay, what is up with this? What cringe is this? What is up with the freaking bottom lip? What is it doing there? Fearless. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Bum ba da 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 dum. We are gonna hide these just a little. Too much teeth can cause issues with like other expressions, which is why I tend to have it hidden at least a little. Let's do 40-40. Yeah, let's do like a 75. 75. Obviously, I'm not looking at it straight on, which you can, if you have this set up right. Have it set so it is, what's the word? It'll target it and be straight on, but we're still not quite straight on, and I couldn't see it because I'm limited by my screen. So if you're on a bigger screen, this isn't an issue, but then I'd have to kind of mess with my OBS settings, and I don't want to do that. So this is not a straight on view. But they do have a button, and if you had hair, obviously Bald-chan does not. If you toggle this on and off, it'll have it so you don't see the hair, so that you can look at just the expression. But bald does not matter for bald, obviously. Okay, so this is grayed out. So this is the last expression of this step. Again, this is the Pro, as you can see, Pro version. So now I'm gonna press the next step, and we're going to go on to the rest. And this is more of the anime fake textures kind of thing. So this is blush, which there are default ones that you can play around with. I like the full face one, but I tone it down. Right, I bring it down a little. So next expression, the sick. There's a few versions of this too, right? Depending on kind of what you want. I personally kind of like this one, and then I just down it a lot. I would like a combination of this one and the lined one, which you can do later on, kind of. Actually, I was thinking of this next one. Which again, this one doesn't, but you can add a custom texture for any of these two. So that I could like add a texture where it's still this. Actually, you know what? I just realized these are probably bad for Bald-chan. Because bald, it's more than just the face. Maybe bald doesn't get the sick and the scared. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that one's the only one. This is sweat, which I actually weirdly turn up from the basic default. And this is where you could add custom textures already. I'm not sure. I don't believe this is included in the free. You kind of are limited to the first ones. But you could still use custom textures in them. But I'm not including any. In the future, I might add some custom textures. But for now, we're just gonna skip through the extra ones that you can create your own textures for. Okay, now we're doing, so alter eye texture is literally like if you want to have an alternate ego, like you want to make the eyes go red, because you're evil all of a sudden. I'm not bothering with that, personally, but you could, and you could have it so it's like a hot toggle, pretty much where you go evil, but I'm not doing that. So. Now we're really getting into the anime ones, with our eyes. But yeah, I'm not sure if the pulsing everything would be included in the non-free version. I do have the non-free version as well. And even if you are going to get the pro, you might as well I would first get and Reforge also recommends get the free ones and play with it before you bother playing with it, because maybe it's not what you want, right? But I'm perfectly fine. I'm not gonna. I haven't loaded the other ones. I would have to overwrite the pro version. I'm just too lazy, guys. Maybe if I actually do a tutorial in the future, as in have stuff organized in a logical way rather than rambling for 2 hours straight, just going with the flow, which is what I've been doing, then maybe I will do that. But yes, so this is where we're getting into the fun stuff, though, for the anime expressions. So yes, so this one, which you can do different things. You can hide the entire eyes, which doesn't work obviously for this one because we want the pupils to be hearts instead this time. So there are different customization things you can do. You can also just do the highlight and have it on the pupils, if you so chose. And you can also make these smaller, if you would like. You can also move them. Make sure you're moving this one and not this one, because it's linked to this one. Unless you want to unlink them, which you can unclick this and they can move individually. But always move your right one if you are mirroring, because this one, moving this one does nothing, because it is rigged to be following this right side, which this is the right. This is labeled as right because it is the actual right side of the model, even though when we're looking at it on the left. So yeah. And yeah, move with the iris. If you're going to keep the iris in, that means, well, we're going to have that regardless, even if we hide the iris. So that if we look left, right, blah, 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 this is still in there. And you can also scale it. You can make it smaller. The scales are here. You can also do it with the gizmos and change the gizmos, but I usually just do it in this box, and I don't have an issue. And you are able to kind of test how it looks if it's closing when you close your eyes to see if it's far enough back, because you can move this so they're out further. I actually don't remember. 1 second. Is it love? No, it's kiss. Okay, so I do have it set up so that it's on my pupils. So I will keep it as so. I will keep the pupils. And just hide the highlights. I guess I could show all. Does it matter? I mean, it does kind of break it if the highlight is there. And I also think I am going to make it smaller. But not by like a lot smaller. Yeah. Okay. So next expression, this one, the dizzy one, gonna be spinning. I think this is fine, as is. I guess I should test that it's behind. It is. Sparkles. Sparkles. This one I tend to make a little bigger. Maybe not that big. Yeah, a little thicker. Right. Okay. This one I don't do. I have not died. I'm not sure what that says, but I just... I think it's money or something. I also don't do this one. I don't care to. Here's the rip one, by the way. Again, these are custom ones you could add. Well, this is like adding really anime highlights. I'm meh on that, so I just don't include that one. I do include the crying because, you know, gotta cry. You gotta cry. Pebble. I'm pretty sure rock and stone both give you the same thing, but there's a cooldown imp. Like they're both just random DRG stuff. Though I thought I had a noise set to that. Oh wait, no, that's the redeem. I should have that added to the redeem. But what? Yeah, no. Rock and stone is specifically Deep Rock Galactic related hunter. So like the dwarves in there for rock and stone to the bone. And other random salutes that are in there. So that's where the rock and the stone come from. Yeah. One of my favorites. I love this one. I said maybe. I didn't guarantee it was. Here, let me look at them. Is okay, it's fixed. It's fixed. Why is my stream manager broken? What the? I mean, it should be fixed. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is this face. And then the Angie one. I feel like it's funnier with the brows, even though... the drool. Actually, that I think we need to bring a little, make it a little smaller. Is it this one? No, it's right? Am I tripping? Oh, I was doing the wrong one. Whatever. It's fine. Actually, it's not. How do I reset? I just realized what I was doing was bringing it more forward. The downside to like this is the fact that it is just it kind of gets erased because it is just a pretty much PNG over a flat model. Let's do that. There we go. What? Oh, I'm stupid. I was in the wrong place. Whatever. Click this. It's a little bit easier. Caden. Oh, that's too tiny. Yeah, it's way too tiny. I like that one. This one I don't really understand, but it's funny. It is not Hungry Dog. It is Naughty Dog who is doing things he shouldn't. Huh. Well, actually, you don't have to go all the way to the end if you are on like all the custom ones because you're using Pro. You can't just go to next step. That's a game company. Can't be him. He can be naughty though. And isn't Naughty Dog with the AU? Okay, here's the Star Disease. Which if you click these, you can get a little color wheel. I changed them because, oh my gosh, because you know, it's just I like my custom colors. And then a pink one. Very pink. Yes, very, very pink. I said AW. That's not how you spell naughty. No, for the Naughty Dog actual company. Isn't the dog AU? Or AW? I guess I did say AU. Okay. And then I usually make these just a little bit bigger. And then we do need to bring these up just a little bit. Okay. And you can make the trails bigger if you want to. I just leave it as the default. And this one you have to be really quick to see, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so also you can see these ones are all Pro version. What's the other one? Yeah. So Pro versions. So this is like your exclamation point. It does tell you here. So it looks like that. We're gonna move it like up here. Okay. This is hearts. I change it a little to be more like this and purple. Very subtle kind of difference in colors, but I like it that way. This is the question marks, as you can see. I do increase these a little bit too, because they're kind of tiny. So question, you know. And bring it up a little. All right. This one, shouting. I should just leave this one alone, truthfully. It's fine as is, in my opinion. Sparkles, I also kind of leave alone. Because, yeah. The sweat drop, I do bring over a bit. Okay, next. We have the thought bubble, which I don't know if it even, like, anything I have actually uses it, but I bring it over a little closer, you know? Angie. Angie gets moved over too. And like up. Maybe I should make it the scale. Wait, no, one here, not one, and then 0.75 here. Okay, and then, well, actually, no, I like this one. Can I grab this other one? You know what, I'll just leave it as is, it's fine. All right, now this is the combiner. I should probably spend more time in this, but I'm kind of lazy. I just let it come up with its own, or I use the default combination recommendations. You know, add all the recommended. You can put I don't want to combine. You can remove all and do your own combinations. Again, I'm just lazy. So I just do the recommended. Cause wait.
What? Thank you for the subscription.
Of course. Ah. Oh, I made the ducks too big. Look at those ducks. Look how huge those ducks are. But Refcos, thank you for the subby. You don't have to. Hi. Ignore the fact that the ducks are freaking gigantic. Obviously the scaling is off with those. Yeah, they're 3 times the size of normal. There we go. Some normal sized duckies we'll get. They are perfect size. Well, here, we'll put like a 1.5. We'll go up and scale a little bit. We'll bring them down. We'll half the size from what they were. It was because when I had like the... Sir, you're going to get a sock on. At this rate. Words and stuff. I had words. I was thinking of words. There were words in my head that disappeared. What were we talking about? We were talking about something that I don't remember. So yeah, moving on. We're combining. Talking about feeding the dog. He has already eaten. He has already eaten both his meals for the day and snackies. You are going to get a sock on, sir. While this is thinking, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to put a sock in my dog's paw. Now I have a pouty dog who has a sock on his paw. Okay, so he's gonna be pouting now because, you know, sock on paw. Okay. Free doggo. No. He's chewing through his paw. He gets the sock. Usually he only needs like 1 or 2 warnings. There's been a lot tonight, so he gets the sock. It's a bear sock. It's cute. Not that he thinks so. So you can like remove some of these. I just add them all. You know? You can rename them to whatever you want. I just keep it what they have. I have no idea what half of them mean, but I'll eventually learn them. You can also replace the like Vroid basics with some of the custom ones. I think in the future I will. I'm not going to currently. And this is the thing that I mentioned that you can just get rid of. But all done, right? And we're actually going to get rid of this, whatchamacallit, this thing, this guide message. You can just delete it here. At the beginning, you can also just not click it to have it there. But, yeah. And this is where I kind of... Where are we at? Not this. Not the... Where is bald? Okay. Yes, Chan. We got our bald right. Got all of our expressions. But if we try and export, which we're not exporting as VRM this time. We will be doing VSF SDK for this, for the export. But it's going to yell at us. And that's because this model has the re-import button. Which, you know, if you go to the console and everything, it's like, what? It can show you exactly where it is. But we do want, in case we need to come back, can I pet the dog? Yes. He is pouting though currently, so he probably would not pay attention. One paw is in paw gel. One single paw is in paw gel. Because yeah, if you were to just export as a VRM with all these, you aren't going to get the animations or anything like that. That's why you won't be doing it as a VRM. But now if I click this model, and I see this script, you can remove this component. But I do want a version of that I'm gonna keep with that. So I'm gonna duplicate. Don't throw desk at me, Alistair. So this one is the one I'm going to keep as a re-import option. So if I want to, because if I were to try right now and go back in with Reforged Expressions, it's going to tell us, well, I guess after we put it in, error. It's already been through the expression pack. So pretty much we can't change anything. Now you could obviously just re-import the VRM because we aren't going to export the VRM. So you could just re-import the old VRM that you'd re-imported, or you can just have a backup copy here that you keep. And if you click this re-import model, you would be able to put it back through the expressions. But to export, we need to remove this. So this is the version right here that has the re-importer for future. And then this is the one we're going to actually export as an avatar bundle this time, so we can have our expressions. And now, if we go here, we just save it. It'll go. And I can add a new model for the redeems in the form of the bald. I'm gonna copy connected notes without the block. And we're gonna put it up here. But this is going to be, the redeem name is going to be bald. And we are going to load bald. Did I not export it? I thought I exported it. Did I not export it? It's in there. I think I opened it too early. Okay. Load. There's bald. So open. I also need to add it to the rewards. So let's go to power-ups and channel points. Let's create a new one for bald. What do I have my models at? 10,000? 10,000. Bald. Cooldown limits. Time. I don't know. 10 minutes. You guys really want to? You guys really want me to change models constantly? You can. Okay, I want this color. Oh, come on, Twitch. Stop doing this weird hex color bullshit that doesn't allow me to copy. There we go. Would you please work? Thank you. No, Twitch. Thank you. Save. Okay. So now there is a new redeem in the channel for bald. Right? So now if I click it and do bald, we have bald redeem. It loads faster than some of the others. I need to work on the texture of bald, but you know, it may not be perfect, but you guys got your bald. Okay. But maybe we wait less. Shark, baby shark. Okay, maybe this. Hi, Artie! Welcome in. I'm a little bald. Don't mind me. I was just showing people how to do some 3D modeling. And we did it on Bald-chan. But yeah, I do need to make it so there's not this line. I did okay on this side. You spin me right round, baby, right round. So yes, that is Bald-chan. That is how I got 3D. That is a very quick, disorganized way of 3D VTubing. Again, majority of the stuff I use today does have a free version for the Unity stuff. Hana Tool does not. All the Reforge mode stuff has a free, well, there's always a free version, and then some also have a pro version, which is free, or which is paid. Max of like $7, I think, something like that. So very inexpensive. The Hana is a little bit more expensive, but not by much. What's with the repo face, Xander? What's with the repo face? But yeah, here's Bald-chan. Oh, why does Huh, interesting. So this message, your repo one, I'm not seeing on in Twitch, but I'm seeing it on Stream Ninja. I'll pretend I understand that. Okay. Well, welcome in, Xander. I hope you're doing well today. Which 7 stream streak. Nice. Congrats. Thank you for the support. We'll probably be ending soon and rating one of the others who I believe are all Lethal Company / I think the Unhinged is doing repo. I don't know. But there's other people streaming right now. Wait. Yeah, the Unhinged is doing repo. I do think some of this stuff that I've been doing in the stream, I might start doing more in Discord. I actually do this kind of stuff in Discord quite a bit, but you guys don't see it. Because I'm usually doing like model work like while I'm chatting with like the DNS crew. But maybe I will start popping into my Discord and just kind of showing if you have questions that are more personalized, and then just kind of work on different models. I work on Xylus quite a bit in just like streaming to Discord, because I'm not good at tutorials. I just kind of do it. I just kind of go along very disorganizedly. Yes, egghead. I am eggbald. There are a bunch of other things that I use for like the 3D that help. Like majority of obviously everything for Unity are through plugins, free and paid. And then there are stuff actually in OBS I also use. And then obviously VNeon there's so much you can do in VNeon, just like you can do in Warudo. But there's way smarter people out there than me. I just kind of do what I can do. But I do like doing the redeems. Oh, not the load. Like the nodes and stuff on stream, rather than just in Discord, to get everybody's input, and then we can test it live as well. Was the advantage to that. We didn't really do that today, and I'm really not feeling I haven't been feeling great, so I don't think I will continue on the stream to do that tonight. But you'll probably see that in the future. So if you are interested in VNeon and like how that works, that'll probably be, I'll do that as a separate stream sometime. I've done it before, but I do need to do like the YouTube and Kick side, because I am streaming on those now. I have audience on those, but that's fine. I don't stream really to make it as a job. I do it so that I can kind of do my hobbies and share them with everybody, and also like this is to be social kind of, because I get sick a lot. I pretty much play with all my friends online, even if I know them in person regardless. So why not, add others in the friend group. But any of the animations that I kind of showed you earlier, I have available on my Discord, !Discord, that will give you the ability to do different dances that I had rigged up. Like just from Mixano, like I had just made it so that it's compatible with VNeon and Barudo. Those are available under the VTuber, in the like chatting section. Let me look at my community. Let's see. Yeah, so under chatting, there is a VTuber area. I have put all the dances, actions, and reactions. Again, this is specifically for 3D. There's also an invisible avatar, which is kind of how you could have 2D redeems. You guys kind of saw it earlier. I mean, you didn't see it. It's invisible. Right, so this is an invisible avatar, so you can still use VNeon and do all the kind of fun stuff with it, of having the emote dropper, for example. Like, let's just put some random. Let's do Cappy Clap. He'll be pleased with that. Right, I have the dropper. So this is a way that if you were using a PNG tube or anything like that, you could still get redeems to put on it. Like you could have it, so I had kind of played with it earlier to kind of make sure it was working. So, right, I got my little PNG here. It's obviously not rigged for speaking or anything like that. But if you use like PNG Tuber Plus, PNG Tube Remix, it also can do it through Live 2D. But the Live 2D VTube Studio has pretty much majority of this stuff already built in. This is more if you're going to use both 3D and 2D. You can do that. You would just need an invisible avatar. And I kind of set it up where, this hat, for example. I now have a hat on. So you could have it set up for redeems and stuff in here without actually using a true 3D model. There is technically a 3D model, but it's invisible. So you could do a PNG tuber still with VNeon, but that is not the main point of VNeon. VNeon is for 3D. But with VMC ports, which is under here, VMC receivers, you can have it set up where like PNG Tuber Plus, PNG Tuber Remix, or VTube Studio actually projects to VNeon. And therefore you could get the nodes and the different graphs and redeems. But you do need that it does require a 3D avatar to be able to target the arm and chest, because that's what the props and like throwing and everything, it has to have an avatar to target. So that's where the invisible avatar comes in, and that's all also on my Discord. So yeah, but we're going to raid the others. I'll probably play with them because they're playing lethal. But I am done. I am done streaming for the night. You know, we'll go ahead and end on this PNG too. You know, for funsies. Why not, right? But thank you for my long-winded and totally disorganized knowledge share, kind of how you can easily, well, I mean, with some work, but you don't need artistic talent. Create your own 3D model. My dog he just whined and then like stopped. Okay. I'll give him some attention here after this stream. But yeah, thank you all for coming, and I hope to see you next time. I will be streaming tomorrow. It's gonna be Repo with the one, the only, the beautiful Nikki Yasha. And I believe that's gonna be later in the day. Probably starting around this time, if not a little bit earlier. I don't think we actually discussed the time. But afternoon time. Tomorrow, it's gonna be Repo with Nikki Yasha. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye! But let's see. Who are we rating? Time's come. Bison. See you later. Bum, bum. I know you guys can still hear me, don't worry. Since I do. The others, the Lethal Company? Oh, Artie is. So we're going to raid Artie. She was the last one to raid us. We're coming back. We're coming back. So yes, if you haven't been following Artemistia, you really should. Majority of her art, I believe, is done by her sister, Nyx, who is a great artist. But yes, we're gonna raid Artemistia. Alright guys, see you next time. Bye bye. The stream is done, my friend.